Our first question of the day goes to Shant from the Daily News.
Morning, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
Good, Shant. You have the coveted leadoff space today.
I know. I will try to live up to this great honor. Still recovering from last night's mayoral debate. Did you catch it yourself?
I did, Shant. I'm in recovery as well.
I wanted to ask about one of the things that came up. The candidates were asked, would they seek your endorsement or would they welcome your endorsement? I think Andrew Yang was the only one who answered in the affirmative. Would you consider endorsing Yang? And you had perspective on him that a lot of people haven't. You saw him up close and personal on the presidential campaign. What do you think about him in general?
Shant, look, I watched the debate. Sadly, I don't think it was much of a debate. I don't think it shed a lot of light, and New Yorkers need a lot more information about these candidates. They need a lot clearer vision from these candidates. But I'm going to continue to watch carefully. The vast majority of New Yorkers are going to make up their decision in the last few days. If I want to say anything about any of the candidates, I will come to that decision in the right moment, but really don't want to analyze each one at this point. Go ahead, Shant.
Okay, fair enough. Switching gears, there's a new report in The Intercept about NYPD conduct last summer. The Intercept found the NYPD took much longer to respond to looting than to protests and took a much harder line against the looting. Were you aware of that discrepancy? And I know you've said a lot about it in the past, but what are your latest thoughts? Do you think the NYPD had its priorities right last summer?
So I have not seen that article. I have seen the very, very thoughtful, exhaustive Department of Investigation report and the report from the Law Department. I think both those reports really laid out very objectively and clearly the things done right and the things done wrong and the things we have to do better. I do not believe the notion that there was that kind of discrepancy, because what I certainly saw, and I was deeply involved, was NYPD trying to deal with a vast variety of challenges simultaneously and address all of them. And notwithstanding some of the missteps and the things we have to do better, thank God we came out of that. Again, no loss of life like we saw in other parts of the country. We did not have the National Guard on our streets. We did not have police forces using rubber bullets or tear gas. There are things we need to do better, but I'm also quite clear that we got through that, and here we are now, deep into our recovery, thank God.
Our next question goes to Dave Evans from ABC.
Hey, Mayor, how are you doing?
Good, Dave. I want to give you credit for trying to get a reasoned discussion going last night. You tried, brother.
Well, yeah.
I could see the pain in your face at times.
that first 20 minutes was, I'll have to admit, was pretty messy. But what I wanted to ask you about the debate is, you said 2 or 3 weeks ago after the first debate that you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything last night?
I won't say I didn't learn anything. I would say I still don't feel we're getting a particularly compelling vision from any of these candidates. And I think the people of New York City deserve to hear a truly thoughtful vision of how we're going to move forward after the biggest crisis in our history. Look, Dave, what I heard a lot of was candidates announcing they would do bold new things that actually are things my administration is doing right now already. I heard a lot of statements that reflected a lack of information about city government and how the city of New York actually works. That was not inspiring to me. So what I would say to all these candidates is, brush up on your facts, bring us a more coherent vision. People are really trying to make a serious decision. I don't think they're being given enough yet. Go ahead, Dave.
About the Andrew Yang was the only one who said that he wanted your endorsement. But the fact that Catherine Garcia and Maya Wiley, who used to work for you, they didn't even want it. Did that hurt a little bit?
Dave, it just proves they're politicians now. And that's what candidates, candidates do what candidates do. And sometimes they think they're doing the smart thing or the clever thing, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think people are going to judge everyone by who they are. Have they been consistent? Have they been people who showed that they actually acted on a set of values over a long period of time? So whatever they want to do as candidates, they're going to do. I'm kind of used to that behavior by politicians.